it has been a Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. It has been quite a Sunday. As a matter of fact, it's been quite a rough couple of weeks, but through it all, we've persevered. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the hottest pro wrestling podcast in the known universe, the Planet Velvet Pro Wrestling Podcast. You can't hear me? Can
I
you
can
hear me?
hear you.
Okay, because you,
Don't
you
worry
you
about
do.
me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. We had some we had some technical difficulties a little earlier, ladies and gentlemen, but we made it. We persevered. Oh, joining me as always is the one, the only tag team partner I know who makes this show complete, Mr. N.E.F. is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Neff, what's up, man?
Yes, sir. How's it going, man? It's been a while. I feel
It's
like it's been a month.
man, it's oh man, it has been to say it's been crazy would probably be an understatement, man. It's just this has been something. This has definitely been something. Oh man. Right off the bat, man. Uh Crown Jewel. Talk to me, man. How did you
Crown Jewel.
yeah, let me just jump right on into our banners. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, let me just ask you guys, if you have not done so, please be sure to follow the Planet Velvet Pro Wrestling Podcast on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Twitter at PVPW Podcast. All right. Now, let me say that again. PVPW Podcast. You know, repetition is great when you're trying to get people to join along with your movement. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is a movement. And speaking of movements, we will move right along into the result of the main event from Crown Jewel yesterday, which saw Roman Reigns retain. I spelled
Mm,
Roman's name all wrong. It's like Rome Reigns. Good grief. That just tells you the kind
Rome.
of day we're having.
This is.
Rome Reigns.
It's
Good
been rough.
God Almighty.
It's
Ladies
been
and gentlemen,
rough.
okay, let's get beyond all that because now let's talk about Roman Reigns and his successful championship defense over Logan Paul, ladies and gentlemen. So, Neff, here's my thing, man. I didn't get a chance to watch this match as it happened. I watched it afterwards because I needed lunch at this point. It was a very, very long event, but it was a pretty good event overall. But nonetheless, we'll talk about all that later on. The big takeaway I got from everybody in watching this match was the performance of Logan Paul against Roman Reigns. Now, as we've seen, Logan Paul does his thing in the ring. For a guy who's only wrestled less than 5 matches, amazing athleticism, and
I was
is
gonna say you
privy
gotta clean
to
that
some,
up.
yeah, athletic system. You know what? I could market the athletic system, bro. That's crazy. But he is privy to some really great training because he's got Shawn Michaels in his ear. And when
Yeah.
we start talking about wrestling and wrestling performers, there are very few who are better than Shawn Michaels, if any. Okay. But nonetheless, Roman Reigns wound up winning the match. The thing that really got me about this match personally was that there was a lot going on. WWE is starting to use the word wrestling and the words pro wrestling a lot when they start talking about their product. Now
Mm.
that Vince McMahon is out of the picture. But there was so much stuff happening in the last 5 to 10 minutes of that match. It just seemed like sports entertainment. It really just seemed like more of a spectacle than a match. And that's not to take away from Logan's ability. It's just that there were so many damn run-ins, man. I thought I was watching the Royal Rumble for a minute. But it all came out to look like it did, and Roman retained. So, Neff, give me your opinion on this main event from yesterday.
Oh man, way to start. A great place to start actually. I've been saying it for a while, and I think it's about that time we give Logan Paul his flowers. Now, look, me personally, yeah, it was a lot going on. But it played to Logan's personality when it comes to just the, disruption, when it comes to just the chaos and things moving all around. I think that they played well on what or who he is. So taking the phone, doing the whole selfie thing. I will say his posse boy took a super kick I ain't seen in a long time, boy. when he threw him into the Jimmy's super kick, he took that. He had to eat that one, boy. I thought he was about to fly through the ropes. But yeah, I mean, look, everybody thought it was just going to be a beatdown. Everybody said Roman just need to go in there and wash him, that it just wasn't going to feel real. It wasn't going to feel like Roman's the tribal chief if he took too many hits or he took a lot of bumps from Logan. But you got to give Logan his props, man. He listens. He trains hard. He takes it serious. And to see him, put on a better match than some of the active rosters. I mean, when you go down a list of just the people that's on the roster, it's like Logan Paul is putting on matches and competing at a high level where everyone else is looking mid card or not even making the card. So that should say a lot, when we're sitting up here saying Logan didn't deserve a championship match. It's like, who else did if Logan's going to put on that kind of performance versus anybody else that would have been in that match? So, hey, man, it was a big night. Roman Tribal Chief, man, it was good all the way around, man. I enjoyed it. And we'll talk more about what are the backstage stuff as far as injuries go, because it looks like it may be a bump in the road for Sir Logan Paul there.
Absolutely, absolutely. With Logan Paul's performance and the performance last year of Bad Bunny, does this enhance or strengthen the idea that WWE should continue to bring in athletically inclined celebrities or
Hell
influencers?
no. 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 We don't need that. It just don't. I mean, markability. We don't need that. I don't see a point of bringing it in. I mean, unless it's interesting. Like, you got to make it make sense. And I think Logan Paul was an interesting, player in the game. So, and Bad Bunny. I mean, come on, man. Credit to him too. Just from, like, we haven't seen that coming from the world that Bad Bunny's in to step in the ring and put on the show that he's put on. But give Logan Paul his credit, man. He's main carded. You main event Crown Jewel. I mean, and I will say, even with Crown Jewel, now come on, man. The money that goes into the production overseas versus here. Oh, boy,
Man,
was it 2,000 drones in the air?
yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy because I remember when they had the drones and all that during the Bianca match, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. That was awesome. But just kind of sticking with the main event more than anything else. Yeah, Logan did his thing, man. Logan did his thing. And my question is, did you see what Jake Paul was wearing and the belt that he had when he came out?
I wasn't paying attention because I was more upset that he got his own theme song and entrance. I felt like, what the hell?
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. His entrance looked like a jobber on AEW, for real. I'm gonna be real with you. It looked like they was just like, you know what? Let's just throw some crap together and get some After Effects and put it on the screen and get him to run down. He'll create his own hype. Blah 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 blah. Did nothing for me really, but yeah, the main event, really good main event. I enjoyed it, and I hate to hear opinions about matches before I watch them because I'm like, okay, was it really this good? Because I don't want to be too critical of it, but it far surpassed. I knew just by watching Logan Paul and the things he had done against other people that he was going to perform well. Did you see the buckshot lariat he did?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I give it to him, man. I got right before Roman hit him with the uppercut, man. The distance that he got off that top rope, man. I got a still shot of that. I wish I could have threw it up on here, but you know how we do here. But it's a still shot, man. The distance on that, it was impressive, man. I think overall, even just the selling point and all that other stuff, and come on, man. Like, you can hate him, but the boy puts in work, and I respect his work ethic. I respect the fact that he listens. You can coach him, and he's willing to learn. He wants to learn, and he's not trying to just step into the ring and not take it serious. And that's what means more to any wrestling fan or anybody in that backstage. It's the fact that he takes it serious and he goes out there and he puts in the work. and he puts on a great show, man. We can't be mad at that.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've got comments coming in already. Rhonda, speaking about the main event, says we all knew he was going to retain.
I mean, of
Speaking about
course.
Roman Reigns,
I mean, of course. But
we
what
all knew he
it
was
was
going to
just
retain.
how he was going to retain, and if Logan was going to take it serious enough. I think that was for us, because we said it well before this. We was like, Roman's just going to go in there and beat the brakes off of him and embarrass him, and that just wasn't the case, man. Hey.
Yeah, absolutely. And my buddy Phenom.com, Marcus, is saying that he was speaking about the buckshot lariats, bruh. That was nice. Totally agree with him. Totally agree with him. And Phenom has given us more commentary, which he says definitely. And you have local guys downing him. Dude has more effort than 90% of indie folks.
Yeah. It's respected, man. I think at the end of the day, you just got to respect it. And again, we'll talk more about the whole injury sustained thing. And we'll check facts on that and see how true that is and how long he'll be out. But I think that for me, that was another issue, was that his durability in the ring wasn't going to be able to sustain heavier hits and major bumps, because he's willing to go there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're willing to go there, but is your body going to hold up to actually taking all that, or if you're gonna just have a big match and then you're gonna be gone for 6 to 8 months, so that's his only downfall, but upside for sure.
Gotcha. My buddy Mike Brown is checked and is asking a question. So when is Velvet versus Jake or Logan Paul happening? Well, you can bring either one of those social media influencers to Dublin, Georgia this Saturday when I will be taking part in the show for Lariotto Pro Wrestling Guild, and I will stomp the molasses out their blonde asses. You can believe that for sure. So, as we continue on with this wonderful, wonderful show, because we missed y'all, man. We missed y'all. You have no
We
idea.
sure
Oh, wait a
did.
minute. My buddy Phenom is back, yo. The chat is on fire, y'all. We got more stuff. Here comes Phenom. One comment I saw where they said Roman had to carry him. I responded back in the day. Was it or wasn't or was it not? I'm guessing that's not. Was it not Flair's job to make the talent look good? He got quiet. That sounds kind of personal, so we're gonna move on from that and continue with our show as we talk about big men battles. We had two of them. And the first one kicked off the show, in which a couple of former WWE champions
I
butted
don't want
heads
to
in
talk
the
about
continuation of their feud. Franklin Roberto Lashley took on Brock Edward Lesnar in a match of matches between two big behemoths, guys who are former collegiate stars and all this other kind of stuff. Here's what I want to know. Bobby Lashley came out and started beating the crap out of Brock. Ultimately, Brock did the whole thing that so many wrestlers have used when they've been put in a behind the back submission, pushing his feet off of the turnbuckles and pinning Bobby to win the matchup. Now, Bobby looked strong. Bobby was angry. Bobby beat the crap out of Brock afterwards. And I don't think the crowd in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia took too kindly to Bobby not feeling so good about his loss. Neff, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
I'm gonna make this short and quick because I definitely want to come back to this a little later on when
Okay,
I
wait,
go
wait,
on
wait,
my
wait.
little
Before you say
rant.
anything, is this the
Yeah, oh yeah,
ah,
oh yeah.
okay. All right. So wait a minute. Well, what we'll do, we'll leave that alone because when I say big men battles, I'm talking about more than one. And you
Uh-huh.
probably want to talk about the other one as well.
Uh-huh.
So I'll talk about the result on that
Yeah.
one, in which Braun Strowman defeated Omos after being dominated the same way Brock Lesnar was dominated by Bobby Lashley. Now, will you be talking about the result of this match as well in your shoot, Neff?
I sure will.
Okay, all right. Well, look, this is what we're gonna do. That is okay. Wait a minute, we got another comment here. Um, okay. Oh no, there's no comment. Marcus just put like dot dot dot. So I don't know how to read Braille.
Is
Um,
that is that the dot 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 to the last thing he said? I will make a comment on that because I did see a lot of that, and then we are talking about Roman having to carry Jake. There was no carrying. Um Jake held his own. And
Yeah.
again, that's when it becomes a
Uh,
rare territory.
Logan, sir. Logan.
Hey, look here. You did it too. But yes, Logan, that guy. One of them, all right? So yeah, Logan carried his own in that match. And again, that's one of those rarities of outside people coming into the ring where you do have to carry them throughout the match. You have to set them up in different spots. Logan knew where he needed to be. He wasted some time in between, but I think he carried it very well. So that's a rare thing.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that I absolutely and I understand Phenom's argument with people, because a lot of people don't know Phenom is very, very, he's ingrained in the business. The business is in his blood. Okay. His uncle was a very, very big part of the business, and we'll get him on the show sometime in the near future to actually talk, because he has a lot of really great opinions about so many people. And I always give Phenom his props because of one thing. I mean, I've known him for years and stuff like that, but here's the crazy thing. When people did not know who Kenny Omega was, Phenom was the only person I know in wrestling, and I know a lot of people in wrestling who said one day this guy's going to be a big star. Man, Phenom called it years and years ago, so I will always respect his opinion, and I am definitely going to extend an invitation to have him on the show and share his opinion about certain things. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take our first break, and when we come back, N.E.F, load up, homie, because I got a feeling you want to empty a clip on something.
Go to commercial so we can get back here and do this thing.
Oh yeah, stick and stay, don't go away. This is the Planet Velvet Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Log on to StallionSquad.com today and use discount code VELVET10 to get yourself some great savings on premium fitness gear, no matter what your fitness level may be. Stallion Squad, squad up.
When you see your wife, how does she make you feel?
She's peaceful. Trip to paradise.
This match is scheduled for one fall. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, in the corner to my left, hailing from Stamford, Connecticut, World Wrestling Entertainment known as WWE. And their opponent,
Give me that.
Hell yeah. You know.
Give me that.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I love it. That lose my camera feed? Oh,
no, I had to bring
man,
it back so I could make it a little special. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, N.E.F. N.E.F, the floor is yours.
You know, sometimes in life you just gotta light some Palo Santos, you know what I'm saying? Light your candles, get your mood right, get the atmosphere right, check the energy in the room. We good on the energy in the room? We good on the energy in the room. All right. Felt like WWE took a little step back yesterday. And I was discouraged. I mean, I was hopeful. You know what I'm saying? We worked hard to get to the place we are right now, and then we got to take all these steps back. I ain't playing a race car, and I ain't trying to go there. But you know me. When I see something I don't like, I got to say it. So as I light my candle, get ready. Don't worry about the smoke. That's what it is. The smoke. All right. Last night, yesterday morning, whatever time it was, because I swear I woke up and was like, all right, you know, it's gonna start about 2 o'clock. It actually started about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whatever. 12 o'clock rock. That's what it is. I was very disappointed because I felt like we're going a long way with representing us in the WWE. But then we start off the night with Brock versus Bobby. During the whole match, my boy Bobby put the beat down on Brock. Whole match. I remember maybe about a good 60 seconds worth of Brock even putting in work. But then he wins on some bull. I'm upset. And you know me. I'm very upset. Because I'm like, come on now. Bobby put in that work. Bobby beat up Brock. It should have went to Bobby. But you know what they do. You know what I'm saying? They bring the Beast back. They want to give the Beast a little run again. Blah, blah, blah. He needs a victory over Bobby. Whatever. Okay, I let it go. It was the first match. I said, you know what? I ain't even going to be mad. I'm just going to let it go. Bobby beat him up. Took the L. Whatever. Fast forward. We move on to the next one. Was it Omos? Big giant? I ain't never seen nobody tower over Braun Strowman like he does. But he did. While towering over Braun Strowman, he put the beat down on Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman looked like my boy, conspiracy theory, and against a big guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just taking a beating, and once again, Omos lost. Now I'm pissed because I done went the whole night sitting here like, man, we done made all this progress. You know what I'm saying? We hitting main cards. We flying the freaking all around the world. We doing big things, but we keep taking steps back. I disapprove of everything that happened last night to my boys. Bobby and Omos, y'all deserved a little bit more. I feel like WWE let us down. Thank God we still got a women's champion holding it down for us. But come on, man. Come on. Now we're going to see if New Day, which, yeah, we already know how this is going to go. Uso's going to break the record, blah, blah, blah. But still, that was some bullshit. Y'all know it. But that's all I got this week. That's all I got. It wasn't much. But I still had to light my Palo Santos for it.
Oh, man. Oh. I knew N.E.F was going to go in. And, bro, I'm not even going to lie. I noticed that trend as well. I noticed it. I noticed it happening. I just think that, because here's the thing, man. It's so much going on in the world right now, man. And the world we live in is so crazy. So much so where when it comes to this how, and I'm going to tell you like this. And if anybody got a problem with me, I'm here. You know how to get at me. And I'm not hard to reach, okay? I was born in this country. All right? No matter where my people came from, I was born in this country. Being born in this country and looking like I do does not exclude me from being able to express my opinion on what's wrong with this country. So here's the thing. We got all these nice little sayings and quotes and all that kind of stuff about America. Why is it that suddenly when it comes to the subject of inclusion, it's un-American? Why is that? We look at everything that happens in this world. And if somebody has what is not considered to be traditionally American in terms of their values, in terms of their beliefs, in terms of who they love, in terms of what they love and who they worship, you're suddenly woke. That's a bad bag to put everything in. And I look at it from any kind of inclusion that we have to people talking about the race of cartoon characters changing. You understand what I'm saying? To people who look like us just getting a fair shot. And so maybe some people looking at all this stuff happening and these changes, like that stuff was just a season. Us being included and us being treated as equals and us having opportunity is something that's just seasonal. And now that it's starting to dwindle, we suddenly got to just wait until that season returns. That's some of the most stupid mess I've ever heard in my life. But it's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you're not playing the race card, Neff, I totally see what you're saying. I hope
Yeah.
that this is not a trend of us moving backwards.
You gotta
I
you gotta
totally
check
agree
the
with you.
script. You gotta check the script on it. You know what I'm saying? And we always look to sports, we look to entertainment, we look to movies, we look to everything to kind of see where things are heading. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's reality, it's life, it's what we deal with, it's what we see. It be right in front of us, and if we're not paying attention, then it goes over a lot of people's head, and that's what they expect. But it was a step back for me. I didn't like it. I think Bobby is, he already had to drop the belt to Seth. We know where that's heading. But then to go to Crown Jewel and lose the way he lost, and then Umar, like, come on, man. I don't want to blame Ye. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to blame nobody, but you know what I'm saying? But definitely we gotta just keep our eyes open and just hope that the script just changes and be fair across the board and stop doing all this flip flop shit.
I got you. My brother James. James, what's up, my man? James checking in with us, my L3 brother. Yeah, it's crazy. I think I'm gonna give myself a little graphic one day when I decide I want to shoot. But until then, I do have something I want to shoot about. And it's not really much of a shot, but here it is, man. Karrion Kross
Mm.
is a dud. Okay?
Oh.
I'm just gonna be real with you. When Karrion Kross first came to national prominence, when he had the bald head and was doing his thing, it was just really, when he had a presence, it was cool. Now there's nothing special about him. When he went to NXT and became NXT champion almost immediately, I feel like even then he was brought up in that system too fast. Then he got to talking with Adam Cole, and Adam Cole just tore him a completely new one and destroyed him on the mic. Then they moved him up to the main roster, and just as fast as they brought him up, they brought him back. He got released and suspended or whatever with a bunch of those other people that got kicked to the curb in that mass exodus that I think included Braun Strowman. You know, now he's back. Now he's back with the same gimmick, and the value in Karrion Kross. Like, honestly, I can't tell you one move the guy does except for the whole punch behind the head thing. Other than that, there's nothing about him that makes me want to watch his match. Really.
That part.
The old thing, huh?
No, I
What
said that part. I just said that
Oh, yeah,
part.
definitely. But for real, like real talk, seriously. Karrion Kross, nothing, man. He does absolutely nothing for me. Now, I did watch him a couple weeks ago wrestling Madcap Moss, who was known as Riddick Moss. And Riddick Moss is a guy, I think if they do the right thing with him, I'm not going to say he'll be a breakout star, but he'd be in a much better position than he is. With the right guidance, a complete makeover, and somebody just really recognizing what he's able to do in the ring, I could see Riddick Moss being a mid-card champion eventually, because it's all about development. Honestly, I do. I'm not going to say I see him going to the top or anything like that, but in a match where he wrestled against Karrion Kross, he literally outperformed the guy. He really did. So somebody needs to grab that guy and do something with him. But as far as Karrion Kross goes, shave his head and send him back down to NXT, or just send him back to the independents, because honestly, he does not belong in WWE anymore. He really doesn't. They should not have brought him back. I think they brought him back out of being scared that somebody else would scoop him up, but honestly, it's addition by subtraction. Send him on out of the way, man. So
Covered with the smoke.
all day, every day. Yep. But let's continue talking about things that have happened. The last woman standing match for the women's championship, Bianca and Bailey. Man, it's just like, wow. This reign of Bianca's is just amazing. It's amazing. She goes out there and she's like top level every single time. Like, she
Are you
is a
saying
person
she's
who
the
truly
EST?
realizes her potential, man. Like seriously, it's crazy the things she's able to do and take absolutely nothing away from Bailey at all. But Bianca is on fire. Is on fire. Neff, two things: your opinion about the match, and who do you think is going to be able to stop Bianca?
Uh, I mean, first of all, the match, I enjoyed it, man. Like I'm every time we get on this thing and I'm talking about the women's division, it's always just the evolution of it. It's just to kind of just keep seeing things being added to what they already provide. And to go into a last woman standing, I mean, it was a perfect setup. It was a perfect build up. And Bailey is just she doesn't get a lot of credit, and that's only because she's annoying as shit. Um, and I think it's a lot of times because of the little wavy thing she had for the longest and all that stuff. But I mean, her as a performer, I mean, she sells, man, and a great athlete and all that. And then you just mixed her in a great match. I mean, the golf cart, the table, not a table. Now, when the
Yeah.
table didn't snap on that first encounter, they picked up, they carried on. She just, you know what I'm saying, picked her up, threw her on it. Yeah, it was a great match. I enjoyed it. They definitely did more than I thought they were gonna do. It lived up to its billing. As far as who could come for the EST, who could come for Bianca? I'm still waiting on Charlotte. I'm still waiting on Charlotte. I think overall the women's division needs Charlotte. And even though I think that will be more of a run for her and what's her face? My other girl. You know who my girl is. I'm waiting on Charlotte. So other than that, I don't know. Sasha, Naomi, but Bianca's got a great run going. I think she deserves it, and it'll just keep going for a good minute.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. It's something special to watch, man. And we talked a lot about the drones being in the air and how they did the whole thing with damage control, and then like all of a sudden they started to disperse. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess they're about to go somewhere. And all of a sudden you see the lips in the braid with Bianca, and I'm like, oh,
It's crazy,
that's
bro.
cool shit,
2,000 drones, bro. That's the coordination, the rehearse for that. That's incredible. It's incredible.
Absolutely. Wrestling with Maverick. Mike Keaton, my boy, is online. What's up, Mike? Y'all be sure to check out Mike's podcast as well. Phenom continues to bless our chat where he says, I thought Bianca was turn the cart over for the pin. Neff?
There was no pin. Turn the card
Yeah.
over the pin. That was the last one was standing. I like the setups that they had to try to trap each other, like the steps being pulled out, trying to trap Bianca, then the whole ladder being set up to pin her up against that. I mean, it was clever ways to keep them down. So that I can appreciate that. The cart would have been fun, but that would have been a little dangerous.
I got you. That would have been pretty cool. So much has happened, man. There's been a lot. Quick question, Neff. Are you feeling oozy?
Oh, you know I'm feeling oozy. I've been waiting to get to that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to bring it up right away. I'm feeling oozy. You see that? Knocking over microphones and everything. Feeling oozy.
Man, feeling oozy, man. It's just, oh my God. Can you just imagine in the marketing with that, man? I'm like, oh my God. It's like they're doing everything with Usos. You got Sammy's going from the honorary Us to a full-blown Us. And now everybody's not feeling Uzi. And it's like the minute he said it, everybody was like, Uzi.
Nah, they disappointed me.
The funny part is when they broke character. Everybody broke character.
Let's give Zayn his flowers too, man. I don't hear a lot of people trying to give this man his flowers. Trust me, I trust and believe there was gonna be no way for the bloodline to transition into what they're going into without Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, his presence with the Usos is it was needed. You know what I'm saying? It was needed. Now you get, Paul to kind of step back a little bit and relinquish the mic. You get them to break character where they could be themselves and kind of just start transitioning into other things. The Uzi stuff was genius, man. And I was disappointed last night because I really felt like when the Usos do their classic, ooh, I was waiting for the crowd to say, see. Nobody did it. I was upset. I was in the house like, ooh, see, like, come on, man, that's an opportunity miss. I'm just throwing that out there just in case, when that comes back up, just like who's your daddy? You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the next thing that hits. You gotta say it.
Like it's funny, man. Just watching Crown Jewel. God, I've been wanting to call it Crown Royal so bad, it's crazy. But
Crown Royal.
Yeah, but Crown Jewel, man. And watching it, the funny thing is how everything that's old is new again. Okay. Because peep this here. Almost 30 years ago, WWE had a champion by the name of Yokozuna. One of Yokozuna's biggest challenges through his throne was a guy by the name of Lex Luger, who suffered a jacked up arm in a horrific motorcycle accident that almost took his arm from him. How did they save his arm? They put a bunch of metal in it, pins, plates, and all that kind of stuff. So, what was the selling point of that match between Lex Luger and Yokozuna? The metal in his arm. I'm gonna hit you with this bionic forearm, and I'm gonna pin you. What happened? He hit him with the bionic forearm, and Yokozuna retained. Fast forward almost 30 years later, Yokozuna's little cousin Roman Reigns is the undisputed Universal Champion. And who is his opponent? A YouTube influencer. And what's the selling point of his entire fight? I got pins in my hand and I can beat you with one lucky punch. And guess what happened? He lost. So in talking about Sami Zayn, I got to ask you this. Who do you think was more impactful? Sami Zayn in the Bloodline or Owen Hart in the Nation?
Oh my gosh. Don't do me like that.
Yeah. Everybody on the chat, if you want to chime in, please be sure. Hey, check this out. Who was more impactful? Sami in the Bloodline or Owen Hart in the Nation? Please. Oh, and who's the first to say something? My buddy Phenom. Sami hands down.
Yeah. I was trying to replay a lot of stuff from Owen in the Nation. Yeah, definitely Sami, man. He's had more of an impact, and like I said, catchphrases, breaking them out of character and stuff. It's just that's more impactful, man. Just in case you're feeling oozy, man.
Absolutely, got to give a shout out to my brother Austin, my boy Austin. What's up, man? Number love, you already know, bro. As far as everybody's, oh man, this chat is going crazy. I'm trying to catch up with it. It's crazy. So Phenom says Sami hands down. Michael Brown says Sami in the Bloodline without question. Mike Jones says that's a tough one. I'm gonna say Sami. So the unanimous pick is Sami, and I gotta agree. I gotta really agree. I mean, Owen just looked like he needed somewhere to go, and he got taken in. Sure. Sami just looks like he belongs there. He's like he's just as much a part of the bloodline as anybody that shares blood in that clique. That's facts. That's facts, man. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh wow. Phenom with more saying Owen in the Nation was like crushing the Nation. Damn. Why you do my boy like, man? Look, I am one of the biggest Brian Crush Adams fans in the world, man. Rest in peace to Brian Adams. But real talk, Crush in the Nation, that was probably one of the most forgettable runs of his entire career with the crappy tattoo on the forehead and the braids and the lumberjack shirt with the sleeves all cut out. That sucked. That version of Crush just sucked, man. Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely. Doesn't make sense. I agree. I totally agree. Yeah,
Everybody
absolutely.
feeling oozy today.
Yeah, everybody, man, we all feeling oozy today, man.
All feeling oozy today.
Absolutely.
Trust to believe somebody was in the crowd. As soon as you said oozy, that domain name was purchased from the audience. Front
I
row.
know. I
Tell
hate
me.
it, man. Man, you talking about somebody should have jumped on GoDaddy so fast. I should have jumped on and got
Merch.
Uzi.com.
You gotta be quicker than that. I'm telling you. That was not, I don't know. That was a spitball from him, man. That just came out of nowhere. When he said it, bow, fire.
Like Uzi.com. You know what? I would be willing to go on to GoDaddy.com. Y'all lucky I don't know how to do the split screen on this thing right now. But I'm actually typing in GoDaddy.com and I'm just gonna type and see if Uzi.com is for sale.
Domain, 10 grand.
Let's see. Uzi.com. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, domain taken. Oh.
Of course it is. I'm telling you, it was somebody in the 300 section, all the way up top.
Domain taken.
Phone out as soon as it was.
GoDaddy offers a great alternative. Uzi.org. Nah.
Nobody.org, nothing.
I know, man. That just sounds like a charitable organization. Right. It just does nothing for me. It's just Uzi. We need some Uzi.com over here. I'm gonna go to
I'm waiting on the merch.
Digging around and find out who owns that domain, because that's crazy right there. Oh man,
you, the dude that had in the 300 section purchased that as soon as it.
Oh my
Somebody
goodness.
at the concession stand heard it and said domain taken.
They snatched it up so fast it didn't make any sense. Yo, look, we're gonna take a quick break, man, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about these random women tag team championship title changes. Okay, stick and stay, don't go away. This is the Planet Velvet Pro Wrestling Podcast.
I mean, this is not the MySpace age, Dad. We need to use social media to our advantage.
She's still missing.
Well, then you should know I'm gonna stop at absolutely nothing until I find mine.
Oh, should I wait with you? You know, it gets pretty dangerous out here this time of night.
Why can't her mother watch her? Hell, why can't she watch herself? She's a teenager.
Good choice of words.
Excuse me? You're right. Who wants a case of the bitch?
Excuse me?
Hey, baby.
I found his address.
So y'all been thinking about this for a while, huh?
You gonna act like you don't hear me? Oh, I got something for that. Freeze!
You are my life.
Yeah, well, you have a funny way of showing it.
Hey, Captain!
Charles Reedon, computer specialist. Think you guys have him labeled as the Grant Park killer.
The war is just beginning, and the bad part about it, they won't even see it coming. What's your fixation?
This is the Boozerweight, Matt Sex Sells, and you're watching the Planet Velvet Pro Wrestling Podcast.
It's your boy, now.
Sales. You know what it is.
Man. I'm enjoying this peppermint. Anybody that knows me knows I'm addicted to freaking peppermints. Like, it's
I was
crazy.
about to say, boy, you going down.
Man, you already know. You already know. We be on set, man. I had 2 packs of Mentos all the time. That's just real. That's just how I get down. So, and continuing, we're talking about what's happening in WWE, because AEW ain't giving us nothing newsworthy. And I ain't been watching it either. Neither
still on TV?
Man, the only way I know they on TV, I was looking at Instagram today, and somebody put up a spot where Jungle Boy jumped on Luchasaurus and drove him through a table. And it's actually a good looking spot if you watch it from like the nosebleed seats. But
you know, I turned on AEW one time and all I saw was that Scissor Me Daddies, and I never been back.
I don't blame you. I don't blame
Somebody got to explain that to me. That
you.
doesn't add up.
Does not require explanation. That just requires that you turn the channel and keep it moving. That's it. But
they did take a shot. They did take a shot at DX though.
Yeah, they did. They did. I saw that.
shot.
I did see that. Now, getting back into these title changes, the women's tag team titles have changed. All right. The team of Damage Control won the tag team championships recently from Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez. Subsequently, this past Monday, they lost those tag team titles to Alexa Bliss and Asuka. I love Asuka. And then yesterday, over in Riyadh, the titles changed hands again when Nikki Cross went back to her sanity gimmick and interfered in a match that saw Damage Control regain the tag team championships. Neff, what do you think about all these rapid fire title changes in the women's division?
I think it has to happen because it's a lot of records that they're trying to break with other championships. When you're looking at the World Championship, the Tag Team Championships, the Women's Championship, I think it's just something needs to keep moving, you know, to show that, okay, people are not just going to hold on the titles for a year, 2 years straight. So something has to move. The short reign, though, when you're looking at a week, they had the belts for a week. Yeah. Of course, it's something happening with Alexa Bliss, which we'll talk more about later. That I think is gonna shift her. Which, for God's sakes, please don't do it. But you let them come back. You let them win the titles, change hands, and you know, things got to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at it. I think it was a great match overall. I would love to see Asuka and what's the little one?
Io Shirai.
Yes, I would love to see them just go at it one good time in a good match. Other than that, man, it had to move. So whatever, we'll take it. But yeah,
yeah, it's become the hot potato of WWE. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really think about it like you said, but yeah, you're right. There's so many championship reigns that they are trying to, strengthen by having long title reigns because for a minute you really didn't have a whole lot of strong champions in WWE. Now look at who they have holding championships. You've got Roman, you've got Seth, you've got Gunther, who's a damn good champion. Now you got the women's tag team championships bouncing around all over the place. And a couple of months ago, we didn't know if the title would be in existence because, we thought it was going to be trashed after everything that happened with Sasha and Naomi. But here's my thing. And I mentioned this before. In the very infancy of the championship, you had tag teams that looked like tag teams winning those belts. Now it just kind of seems like they're just throwing people together. Damage Control feels more like a group because they share the name Damage Control. But on the surface, you probably wouldn't put Io Shirai and Dakota Kai together. You go from the previous champions, Aaliyah, and Raquel Rodriguez, and then you got Alexa and Asuka. With so many champions who just kind of look like a mishmash pair. What do you think is the legacy of the women's tag team championship at this moment?
I mean, it's bouncing around for a reason. Of course, I think they're still trying to close deals on Sasha and Naomi. And just kind of seeing Sasha and Naomi out in places like they've been all over, like, at events, they've been in fashion weeks, they've been in a lot of places together. I think for them to leave, it gave a substance to the women's tag team championship. But to bring them back will put more with that belt. It has no legacy, man. Like it just started. Like it, it came and now it's just here and now it's just bouncing around for now. But it don't hold any kind of merit to it, So I think Sasha and Naomi will bring a presence back to that.
Gotcha. Various opinions about that situation as well. Michael B. Jones says, unless Nikki is working with Bray, I'm confused because Alexa got spooked by the logo. Yeah, we all saw that yesterday. Michael Brown also says it devalues the titles. I think the women's titles are treated as a joke on the main roster, but NXT has been doing right.
That's facts.
Yeah, because I can't say that because you remember earlier in the year, one half of the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions threw her title in the garbage.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I guess it's just the lesser of two evils. Mike Jones also says Ronda and Shayna should go on a rampage on a reign of terror.
Interesting. But we said it before, though. It's just not enough women tag teams. That's why it's gonna bounce around. Is because you literally, if you're looking at 4 teams, let's say, 4 teams, which I don't even think they have 4 teams. It's gonna bounce around between those 4. So at this point, it's like, I don't know. They could have just did away with it. But I saw the point of them, I will say Damage Control too. They need to change their theme song. Nothing makes me more upset than hearing their theme song.
Oh man, you know who needs to look? I'm glad you brought up the subject of theme songs because I really should have shot on the Judgment Day's theme song. And the reason I should have shot on it is because it does not fit that group. That song has Edge written all over it. Honestly,
yeah,
I do not. The Judgment Day looks like a directionless collective.
Honestly. Can we just be clear that Rhea Ripley is the de facto leader of this team now?
Bro, you took the words right out of my mouth. Seriously,
I just wanted to be clear on that.
Star of that entire group. She really is. Like she is, and that's not a knock on Finn. That's not a knock on Damian Priest or Dominic. The reality of that whole situation. I don't see Finn as a leader, even though he would like to be. Damian Priest, I think they screwed up when they turned him heel. Honestly, I think they screwed up when they turned him heel and took the United States Championship off of him a while back. Dominic is still a work in progress, but Rhea has always,
work in progress, my ass. Continue.
I'm just saying. I mean, man, he's still green, bro. That's just facts, man. I guess the word progress just pissed you off, huh? When I talk about Dominic.
That boy is dirt. We have not seen any green.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, like, it's like, my buddy Phenom says, Dom is not believable. I agree.
Dom is trash.
I agree, man.
That boy is trash.
I'm gonna say he is. If there's any wrestler in the world who deserves to wrestle under a mask, it's Dominic Mysterio. Like, seriously. He got a face. He just does not have a wrestler face. I'm serious. he is the guy who they should have gave him like the Sin Cara gimmick years ago or something. Like, for real. I'm just telling you.
In the words of JBL, he would have been carrying my luggage in the Attitude Era.
I don't even think he would have carried that. I don't even think he's strong enough to carry a damn Samsonite, bro. Like, for real. I'm serious. He's just that's crazy. Oh man. Oh yeah, while we got a chance. I know you want to talk about Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt. Spill your guts, man. Tell me, what are your thoughts on that whole situation? I can't wait to hear this.
I should have shot a shot on it, but I ain't, whatever. Like, let's not do this again. I really would prefer, if it is the whole Nikki thing, I'll take that over Alexa Bliss. Like, she added nothing to, like, she sold the hell out of merch. Like, let's be real. Like, merch during that era was flying off the shelves.
Right.
But other than that, story wise, in ring performance wise, and what she brought with Bray, it just does not work. Like, let's not go down this road again. Like, I feel like it watered him down and ultimately caused that whole out of here kind of thing. So let's not do this, please. I'm begging.
Yeah.
Let's not do this.
I agree. I mean, whatever they plan on doing with him, I don't think this is the way to go. I really don't. And I'm trying to figure out, Uncle Howdy just sounds so hokey to me. Like, seriously. I'm thinking about Bray Wyatt, and I'm thinking about somebody that's instilling fear in people. That's making people scared. That's the scary bad man. Now all we see is this guy who has fought his demons, has come back as a better person, and is a far cry from the Fiend. I mean, I don't know where this is going, but I already don't like it. Even with the Alexa Bliss thing. It just
I
does
was
nothing
almost
for
for
me.
sure. I was almost for sure, and I even told my boy the other day. I said, I said Bray might be the first one to wrestle his damn self in the match. This might be the first time we actually see somebody get in the ring and start bouncing off the ropes and taking bumps and switching characters mid-match just to beat up on himself. I was all for it, and I'm still. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know that there's, you just got to be patient with things like this. But I've said it before. Like, let's not forget Bray Wyatt is legendary on the mic in just a presentation. But
Oh, absolutely.
when we're talking in-ring performance, let's not kid ourselves. Bray Wyatt is not the best in the ring, and he's put on more weight, which we don't know how fast he is. We don't know how, where his head is as far as being able to compete on a high level. All this microphone stuff and all that stuff. And I have to do, where's my, you motherfuckers, hold on. So yesterday it took Bray Wyatt 4 minutes and 62 seconds to get his ass to the ring. That is too goddamn long. I didn't. Let's be real, okay? Undertaker has the longest intros of all time. Nobody else can top Undertaker, okay? But when we're talking about lights cut off, then you take another 30 seconds for a song to start. Then you take another 40 to 50 seconds for the door to open. Then you take it's just too much, okay? It was too much. That's gotta be cut down. Bro, I done had time to get up, make myself a snack, grab myself some juice, run to the car to get my charger, and everything else before this man got in the ring and said anything. Before he blew that lantern out, I was already asleep. I can't do this every time. We got to do something about that. They got to do something about that. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I ain't mean to shoot on that one, but that deserved it because that was just too damn long. Okay.
Oh my God.
Too long.
You all right. You all right. That's like the longest intro before somebody ever walks out.
Oh my God. and then it's like he waits.
And then the trip to the ring is ridiculously long. Like, do you know how many freaking promos you can shoot before that? You know how they have the montages before the matches, like Bobby Lashley came out there and then they showed the history between him and Brock Lesnar and all that kind of stuff. You know how many of those you can show between the time Bray Wyatt finally walks out of that glowing door after about 2 minutes to the time he gets to the ring? Man, you got like half your show right there. That's crazy. Oh man. People are talking about Uncle Howdy. Oh man, Marcus Phenom.com says, what about Bo Dallas as Uncle Howdy?
Why y'all keep trying to bring Bo Dallas in this?
Man, and Mike Brown says, I think Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas. Oh my God. Like, I'm gonna be real with you.
Y'all got me patting like a preacher.
We talk about now. We've talked about Bray Wyatt and his ring skills or lack thereof and all that kind of stuff. Bray Wyatt does what he could. He is never going to be mistaken for his dad, Mike Rotunda. I was a big Mike Rotunda fan, always have been. Rotunda was a great amateur wrestler. If you are a wrestler and want to know how to bump Watch a Mike Rotunda match. That's why I bump so damn good. I ain't gonna about. That's the only thing I've ever patted myself on the back on in professional wrestling my entire career. I watch Mike Rotunda. That's why I can bump like I do. But nonetheless, you think Bray Wyatt is bad? Watch a Bo Dallas match and ask yourself if you really want him to be Uncle Howdy. I don't want him to be Uncle Fester. I don't want him to be Uncle Nothing.
Facts.
Like seriously. Absolutely. I'm just saying. I mean, it's for the marks and stuff like that, for the internet trolls. Oh, why don't we make his brother Uncle Howdy? That make about as much sense as Michael Jackson singing to his sister in the video he had with Paul McCartney back in the day. But we ain't gonna even talk about all that. It's just dumb. You know, to me, it would be cool to be a nice thing. It would, for some people, it's just like, okay, it's kind of like a lot of people in a lot of marks in wrestling. They want it to happen so they could say they said it happened. From a wrestler's point of view, I don't want it to happen because it's stupid. I just don't want to see it happening for real. And that's just
you don't believe.
What did you say?
You don't believe.
Do you see what I'm seeing on the screen right now?
I have to believe. Bro, I'm telling you, these comments been on point.
Man, they've been crazy. Look, man, we appreciate you guys so much for chiming in. And look, get people on here with us, man. We invite everybody to share their opinion. I love, man, this activity has been crazy. It's been crazy. Yo, we are.
Don't believe. Sorry, y'all got me up here patting like a preacher on the pulpit. That's ridiculous. I don't want to see Bo Dallas. All right. This Uncle Howdy thing is, again, let's dial it back. It's a great setup for whatever they have planning. We understand that we have to have patience when it comes to filling out this whole storyline in the direction that they're going in and what they want us to kind of follow and unfollow and what to believe and what not to believe. I get all that, but at the same time, they have to make some kind of quick transition to where the hell this is going, because there is nobody targeted. There's nobody of interest of a match. Like, how long are y'all gonna drag this out before you even put him in competition kind of mode? Because right now he's just playing mic check. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna be out here just mic checking every week, we're gonna get tired of that, and they know that. So now let's get to what this is, because all I know is that entrance. Y'all better reduce that motherfucker. Reduce the ramp. Have him come out on a scooter, a hoverboard, or something, and get his ass down to that ring a little bit faster than that. Because I ain't about to sit up here and put up with all these long ass entrances.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's so crazy. We're overtime, man, but we've been waiting to just get all this out of our systems for so long, and we thank you guys so much for joining us. Be sure to join us. I'm going to try not to get too banged up next Saturday, but the idea behind it all is to make sure that you guys are here next Sunday to join us here for another episode of the Planet Velvet Pro Wrestling Podcast. N.E.F, please let every person in here know where they can find you online.
Look, I'm not even gonna lie. Next Sunday is my birthday. So look, we're still gonna be on air next Sunday. Okay, I'm still gonna be here. I'm just letting y'all know I will not be held responsible for anything I say next week. Anything I say next week, I don't want to be held responsible for it. That's all I got to say.
Why did you just tell me that? Why did you just bro?
Man, you know.
Look, yo. You don't know how this thing up here works, but now that you told me that, oh, I got a plan. I got a plot and a plan. It's something serious, man. You just wait till next week. But
get my polished Santos, you know what I mean? Clear the room, man.
Yo, man, tell everybody where they can find you online.
You can find me on Facebook, Jesse. I am N.E.F Miller, and Instagram 480mg N.E.F.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat at Velvet478. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had fun today. We're gonna keep this thing rolling. Y'all wait till next week because as we've just learned, it's N.E.F's birthday. We're gonna have some fun. And I hope the wrestling week leading up to N.E.F's birthday is gonna be even better than the 3 weeks we ain't been online. So yo, thank you all for joining us for the Planet Velvet Pro Wrestling Podcast. To everybody who's been in the chat today, thank you guys for chatting with us. Make sure you tell people about this podcast. We welcome any and all opinions about professional wrestling. All right. Whether you believe it or whether you don't believe it, we're all in, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So look, thank you guys for joining us for the one and only Jesse N.E.F. Miller. I am Anthony Velvet Hall saying see you guys next week.
Gonna get real oozy next week.
Are you feeling oozy?